Hi, it's me, Jen, and this is a weird video. I kind of want to come down here. I just have to share this one. I was out on my walk today. For those of you who don't know, hi, I'm Jen, and I do walks, and I've been doing them for a long time. Sometimes I do them based on mileage in a certain amount of time, like I did 900 miles in 6 months. I did an album a day for a year. Currently, I'm trying to do an album walk from the 1970s per day for, well, now it's day 32 of 190 or something like that, close to it. And I just have to share this because I'm in Florida, and I was out on my walk, and I was looking all around, and there were, depending on where you looked in the sky, it either looked like it was going to storm, or it was going to be sunny, or lightly rain. It was so hard to tell what exactly was going to happen. And either way, as I walked, I was like, I better be quick. A, because I have to get to work, thus the look. And B, because I really don't want to get stormed on. And it was very windy. Point being, it's been a minute since I've recorded a video and shared one, and I thought I'm not going to wait for perfection. I've been in a season that has felt unlike myself, and maybe that to you. And this is why I'm recording this video, because we all experience seasons where we just feel like we can't get it together. We're lost. We don't know which way we look. Some days we look up and it looks like a storm. Some days we look up and it looks like a sunny day. And sometimes that's very minute to minute. And I've been going through a season just like that for almost 7 months, almost 8 months now. It's actually 7, but it has felt very like wild. And since I'm going to be 54, I'm not new to these kinds of seasons. It's not my first rendezvous with problems by any stretch, just like all of us. But it has felt difficult to find my rhythm, to find a sense of like forward motion. And on my walk today, and I encourage you, if you don't have a routine habit that sort of grounds you, whether that's journaling, walking, drawing, or something that just speaks to your soul, I would encourage you to try that. So for me, it was walking today. And as I walked, I was very aware that depending on where I looked is what I was going to see and what it was going to feel like, whether I was afraid that it was going to storm on me or whether I was encouraged by the sun. And I recognized that I was kind of looking all over the place, and sometimes that's how it feels. But as I journaled today, another habit that I've had, and I've shared on this channel for 30 years, as I journaled today, I was also very aware of the same exact thing that the walk gave me, which was, I have today. Yes, I want to orient myself towards tomorrow. And as I was on my walk, the same thing sort of example came up. It was like, I'm not going to go backwards and like re-walk everything that I already walked. I am actually heading towards my house. And so I better be at least my eyes on where I'm going. But I'm also can't like fast forward myself to my house. I have to just take each step. I just have to take these steps, and they're very one by one. And so I'm in a phase of life where I feel a little bit like I'm in a waiting pattern, a little bit like circumstances are just gonna unfold. And I have like a little bitty deadline thing happening, and it's just waiting. And the deadline is very short in some regards and very long in others. So I share this because maybe you're in that situation where you know where you're headed or where you'd like to head or prefer to head, but you're having trouble feeling like you're even getting there. And maybe it feels very step by step, very day by day. Maybe it feels lightning speed. And maybe you turn around 1 minute and it looks like a storm, and it looks like a sunshine or just cloudy or who knows what. Who knows what, and the winds are whipping you around, and maybe that's where you're at. And it just gave me a lot of comfort, and this is the only reason why I'm sharing this. I don't know who needs to hear it. Maybe it was just me. I don't know. But sometimes just recognizing that all you have really is today, and maybe today is really boring. Maybe it's just, I'm going to go to work. I'm going to go on a walk. I'm going to whatever, like take a shower, cook some mushrooms, like who knows. Maybe it feels very boring. And I think as a culture, we've gotten a little bit addicted to excitement, and like everything has to be epic and 10x. And like, I get all of that. I enjoy a good, exciting moment as much as anybody else does. But there are some seasons that are very boring. And I think maybe I needed to give myself some grace in this boring. I say boring. I can't say it feels totally boring. It just feels a little bit bumpy and exciting in a way that maybe I don't prefer. Maybe you can relate to that too. And maybe you're going through that. But all that to say, you have today, and you only have the steps that you're taking right this red hot second, as Abraham Hicks would say. You really only have right now. And from my walk, keeping your eyes on where you're going is a good idea. I did have a puppy like jump up and greet me today, and I also tripped a little bit. I didn't fall all the way down though. I tripped on something because I was kind of just looking up and around at the sky rather than where I was going. So maybe that's your word for today, is to just do today. Maybe this minute, this hour, this half hour, this second, I don't know. But I hope this meets you in whatever season where you're feeling like, what is the sky giving me? What is going on? Where are the winds blowing? How fast should I walk, or should I sprint? And you have no idea. Maybe that's where you're at right now. And just do right now. Just do right now. And the other part of that would be gratitude. I recognize and realize that sometimes a practice of gratitude feels like bunk. It can feel like I'm lying. I'm totally lying. You can be reaching. And I've not struggled very often with finding something to be grateful or appreciative of. And that's a better place to be in than Trashville. But I'm going to say that, like, writing those things down, even if they feel very bunk, is even better than saying them. But you could record them in your phone. And today I just found, like, I'm in a house on a couch. That's pretty cool. It's in Florida, which is pretty cool. I've got kids. That's pretty cool. I've got a husband. That's pretty cool. And I just kind of had to just sit there with that and just find a place of a little bit of peace on my way to what hopefully is a season of joy. So I've got my eyes locked and loaded forward on what I'm hoping is a season of joy. Meanwhile, sort of stepping and watching the clouds and feeling the wind and going, okay, just keep stepping. So I wanted to give you that bit of wisdom today, coming from a place of really living it out. It's not something I've read. It's something I've quite literally walked out. So if that's where you're at today, hope it encouraged you. Hope that you can do this moment, this day, in the best way on the way to where you're going, and just keep your eyes on where you're going, all the while just sort of maybe taking in today, because it's what we've got. So Hugs to you. Blessings to you. Hope you're encouraged and have a good today.